Alright, so during the last session, all of you recovered from the Endurance's explosion, did a little bit of investigation at the dock to see if there was any sort of foul play. Clearly there was. Going to the Last Tryst Club, you met with the proprietor, who seems to be a self-proclaimed historian, archaeologist, and club owner. She had a ton of things of either historical or just worth in general. Upon assisting to track House Thule, as she suspected them to be, the actual perpetrators of the assassination attempt on the Supreme Chancellor. Taking a little bit of time and renting out a place to lay low and recover for a bit. I believe it was Astrid. Yeah, Astrid was the one that determined that the node paths for these trackings were in fact artificial and
Yeah, it was Ashton and my character.
yep, Astrid
Yes.
and Chloe.
Yes.
That they were fakes essentially. Going to inform and also with Balladeer contacting the Jedi High Council and dealing with a little bit of background there. Three of you were going to inform the rest of the group before there was a sniper blast that effectively had the same power of a being boosted by Kyber, making effectively being shot by a lightsaber, and we are picking up as Vlax and AO-35. What were you two in the middle of doing at the time?
I think we were messing with the other robot, the battle droid.
I think you were trying to find its memory banks, I believe.
We were both attempting to access its memory banks, and we were also attempting to remove any sort of programming directives that would prevent it from making its own decisions. We're basically trying to unshackle it.
Interesting.
Alright then. As you were in the midst of doing that and hearing a little bit of conversation, muffled, though you can't really hear, there is suddenly a explosive shattering of glass and the sound of people hitting the floor taking cover.
Do you think that's something we should check out?
Do we have to? As Vlak is like elbow deep in this thing's circuits.
Well, we might as well get paid for this job. Can't do that if everyone else is dead.
Are you sure that's how it works? Are you sure we don't just get a larger cut? But I'm
Processing.
kidding.
Probably not.
I grab my gun.
Okay.
Blaster, sorry. Whatever.
Same thing. exiting out the overlook window has been just shattered and shot into, and there looks like there's just almost like a beam that hits the floor and up onto the wall, as if someone has dug a lightsaber blade into the floor and all the way up the wall.
And you see Korf just motion with his hands, just telling him, get down, get down, get down.
I've jumped out of the view of the window.
Okay.
And I'm trying to assess.
I'm already pretty low to the ground, but I'll hide behind like a sofa or something.
Okay. All right.
Do I guess. I'm trying to figure out how to ask this question.
He says to them, someone's tying up loose ends. And apparently, where the loose end?
Am I able to peek over the edge of the couch and determine the angle of the shot?
Yeah.
Like, is there a convenient roof that's like exactly the right?
Yeah, about you can't see any figure there, but it's about the only one where there's any type of a likelihood of that, and it seems like it is not an insignificant distance. It's about it's maybe a little less than 100 meters away.
Less than 100 meters away?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, fuck, we're using... Sorry, the 5e feet to meter thing confused me for a second.
Damn you, metric system.
Yeah, I was about to go, fuck, I can use this spell, or tech ability, but I can't, because it's 120 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to look at the others. Has anybody been shot? Because Black wasn't here for any of that.
Oh, no. He ducked down and everybody's fine. There's a hole in the wall. The floor.
I did not succeed on my check, though.
No, I saved you.
The check was more of a to check and see if there was going to be any sort of external collateral between any of you. Luckily not. However, the floor and the wall appear to still be like almost still burning almost.
I'm actually going to scuttle up to my sniper and ask for what AR thinks the situation is. Or, like, what we should do.
I think we should probably figure out where that sniper is. And then I will take care of it.
I point in the direction where the sniper likely took the shot from.
I'm going to pull out my sniper rifle and look down the sights at it.
Okay, make a perception check.
Five.
Okay.
Oof.
I guess, is it too late for me to say, could I throw a potent aptitude?
No.
Okay. Or no, what's the ability?
Well.
Yeah. Potent aptitude. Take a D4 to throw onto that.
It might help. We never
It might
know.
help. You could get a 9. Level 4.
It's an 8.
It's an 8.
Hey, that's something.
Still, you weren't able to see exactly where this individual is, but you can catch slight, almost wavy reflections in like a window adjacent where you can see just colors and shapes against the rain in the window.
Would it?
I'm just gonna I'm gonna take a shot.
Oh,
Okay. Uh,
Nothing else that could be a deterrent.
Is this more than 150 feet?
yes.
yeah.
Hey, not bad though.
100 meters,
That is
roughly
a
300 feet.
dirty 20.
Dude,
Ooh.
okay. What is their AC? Because this might actually hit them. Beats.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What is half cover?
That I'm counting that as well. So the half.
No, that was the joke. The half cover just didn't matter.
That
Oh.
is 9 energy damage.
9 energy damage. Okay. 1 second.
There is a roadhog asleep behind us.
Is that gonna do anything? No, it's not because it's a little bit thinner. All right, you don't see or hear anything as a reaction initially. You fire the shot, and there's a brief pause before a cloaked figure makes a retreat, slinging the rifle on their back, and begins making a retreat.
I don't have to sleep about Yalpa.
Oh, it's way too far for that.
I know. I was looking. I was wanting to try though.
Hmm.
Well, presumably, we know where their base of operations is. So,
Shall we go?
Were you slicing earlier, Astrid?
yes.
Maybe we could get something from the cameras in the building.
All right. I can try.
Nope.
Everyone else, I suppose, prepare to move out, and I'll take a look at the hub real quick.
Okay. You can make a.
I meant the building that the sniper was shooting from. I'm sorry. I was wondering if there would be Black was to specify. Black was hoping that there would be like rooftop cameras or something.
They'll be on similar systems.
Yeah, you can make a roll for that.
In question.
Hmm.
I know I'm using my slicer's kit as is, but considering what I did earlier at the docks, and you did let me build a back door into it using that roll,
Mm-hmm.
can I get advantage?
Yep.
Sweet. So that's just intelligence plus proficiency, I believe.
Yes.
All right. So a 14.
14. Okay. It takes you a little bit.
Mhm.
Unlike the previous time, because you were accessing a localized feed, this is kind of stretching outwards and accessing feeds from somewhere else. And
Mhm.
given the spectrum that this is a city, like 100 or so meters out, there's a lot of other stuff going on. So it's navigating through that.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit, but you can eventually. There's no direct rooftop cameras or anything like that, but there are some security cameras upon entry and throughout the building, and at least one in a stairwell. This kind of old-fashioned type of stairwell. There is clearly an individual, definitely slimmer in build, cloaked and does the diligence to keep the hood up. And in addition to that, even when they do kind of have to look a little bit, there is like a thin pair of tech goggles that cover their eyes and a mask that covers their face. They are well covered. They have gloves on their hands as well. The difference about the gloves is they're almost like nails on them that kind of extend forward, kind of like claws a little bit, and the backs of the up to the knuckle in like broken pieces for mobility. There is a very
I'm sorry. Like the claws are
it's almost like
attached to the
a
gloves, or they're
yeah,
coming through the gloves.
they're kind of attached to the glove. Almost like a
Okay.
interestingly makeshift like gauntlet almost on either hand.
Okay.
Kind
I'm
of like a
sorry.
dark metallic color, but
I just didn't understand for a second.
yeah, the rifle itself doesn't look super impressive other than it is an energy based rifle. However, it has a almost what looks like a charge magazine that is injected on the upper left side of the gun. And just a little bit. It's just a tiny little spark that you're able to hit, but there is this dim yellow glow to it.
Mm.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Waiting for this Where are you?
Right. I'm rather certain that our attacker is very much related to our contact, so. Shall we?
Yeah, is there any potential to catch up with them before they return to the tryst? Or fall into whatever bolt hole they've set up for themselves?
With Shaddaa streets and the distance, not likely.
There's
Not
a
impossible, but
chance. It's just it really comes down to whether they're going to try and lose a potential tail and take a slightly longer route, or they're just going to go directly there. If they go directly there, you won't beat them there. If they take a slightly longer route, you might beat them there, but it's also likely you would show up at the same time.
let's just leave now immediately and see what we can do.
Yeah, let's bolt. I mean, if we really want to bolt, I can buff AR-35 to hell and back if we want somebody to just try and run them down, but that would be dangerous. And the rest of you aren't droids, so my abilities don't work on you.
To be fair, most of my abilities do not work on droids, so you're very useful.
I'm a decently quick runner. It's fine.
How far up are we?
Not terribly far. You're on, like, the 5th floor. There's about 20 floors here. You're just on the 5th one.
And how far away was that stairwell that our friend ran down?
It would have been the building to the northwest, and it would have been about, if we were just converting it into feet, it would have been about 312 feet away.
Yeah, we're running. Like, we're running right now.
After them, we're back to the club.
I would like to try and catch them before they get to the club. I don't think they're going to head straight back to the club. I think they're going to try and head to a bowl hole. Or, like, any other place to hide and wait for us to lose them.
I'm more of the, we can maybe catch them at the entrance or around the tryst, so I don't necessarily want to split the party, but Astron is willing, just because he can be stealthy.
Alright.
So if I need to do the stealth thing, I will.
Well, I guess we're carrying over the past then.
Alright. You're trying to, run them down then.
I'm
This
heading
is-
back to the
Going to be,
Reloading again.
depending on the way you're going to take things and how determinative you are to catch said perpetrator. This is either going to be an athletics or acrobatics check. This is a group roll overall.
Honestly.
If I'm aiming for more getting to the tryst itself, do I need to be separate, or am I still with this?
Let's determine really quick who's running down the shooter, who's going to the tryst.
Hey.
I will be on the running down
Okay.
team.
Pick out over the Jedi. Right down.
Okay. So then,
I'm honestly fine with being alone.
I don't want to leave Astron by himself. though, that's the
Don't
thing.
worry. Legitimately, do not worry. I will be fine.
Okay. Then I'm also going to, since I was the one to bring it up, obviously I'm going to prefer trying to catch the person before they hide away.
alright.
Yeah, I'm
If-
running down the guy too.
If at all possible, I have several different things that can be used to track somebody if I can get a shot on them or get within 120 feet of them.
Okay. Then
I can also, who's fast? Does everybody have 30-foot movement speed?
Most.
Hold on. Remember what?
You're not with us, so.
Yes, I do.
Okay, then I am just going to, since it doesn't operate the same as haste and doesn't incapacitate, I'm going to slap this on AR.
Yeah, but even though I'm not with you guys, I do have 30-foot movement speed.
okay. If that's the case,
It's not going to last for long. It only lasts for a minute, which,
Ah, yes.
but in a sprint off, that matters.
okay. So then, people doing the chasing will either athletics or acrobatics. AR do use at advantage.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I am equally bad at both of them, so it doesn't really matter which one I shoot.
Ooh, I'm good at athletics. That's better than acrobatics. So I'm gonna do that.
Not necessarily great at either of these.
Oh shit! Shut up.
That is
Inundating
dirty
Joseph
20.
with ideas.
16.
Okay, so this is a group check, so the whole thing matters. Let's see, two.
I can also I can't do it at the same time, but when ARs wears off, I can also throw the motivator boost on myself or them, depending on who's lagging, or if I can get to them.
I would also like to use wall run if I need to get over obstacles and stuff.
Yeah, that'll matter.
You
okay,
could
so
actually use that on me from a further distance if it didn't
That's
have
true,
a range of 30
because-
feet.
yeah,
If
okay.
it was touch.
Yeah.
AR, you were the first to really gain ground and start pursuing this person. It's kind of one of those hilarious situations where they kind of come out of like an alley corner and truly setting themselves up to try and blend in with the crowd, and there was a droid turning after them. And that plan has immediately been abandoned as they start booking it as well. Throwing a just a bystander off like a small speeder and just spinning it around, and let's see what the piloting roll is. Not bad. And they have taken kind of a small speeder and have just going down the street.
Am I within 180 feet?
Yes.
Okay. More important question, am I within 60 feet?
For the briefest of a moment, you will be.
Bye-bye, speeder. If it counts as a construct. I don't know if it counts as a construct as in an object or construct as in, like, a Warforged type construct.
This is a vehicle. No,
that's what I'm asking. I don't know if the word construct in Reboot, I don't know if that means a construct is in, like, a Warforged type, like, living construct.
Oh, I can read the rules really quick. Let me just check. Oh, shit. Okay. Hold on. It does have to make a
Because
quiz.
it, like...
Give me 1 second here.
Because, like, it's a constructed vehicle. It is a construct by definition of the word construct.
Oh my god. The speeder begins taking off and just dies. So this individual's reaction it's truly changed from stealth, camouflage, rapid escape to now its new method. Now this perpetrator's new goal is fight, because they don't have any other option. And they taking the underside of the rifle and loosening something. There is a sheen, a long, thin blade of this dark, grayish metal. The edge of it is glowing this very vibrant golden yellow, as there is now a pretty aggressive stance being taken here.
Am I within 60 feet?
Yeah.
Force pull on the rifle.
Okay, the rifle will be gone. They'll still have the blade.
Oh, it's not a grapple check?
No, the pull will just grab it for the most part. I mean, I'll still roll for it because I need to see the grip, but I don't. But we'll see. Yeah, no, the The rifle is obtained, the blade is kept.
And I will make a big show of handing it off to Velax.
Okay.
And activating my lightsaber.
Alright. There is a distinctive little bit of shouting, but there's also like a small circle of a crowd just watching as the rain downpours, and the water is supposed to drain a little bit off the streets here, but the way it's set, it's about 2 inches deep, and there's this slight shimmer and glow of neon signs, the ripple of water as raindrops hit against it, and this individual cloaked in completely covered, but with a blade at the ready. This is interesting for you, Belladere, because the stance that they are taking is... it's a really dangerous stance. They've taken the blade and have it slightly extended forward, arm outward, slightly raised in more of a challenging motion. You are not a stranger to the concept of it, but it is a rare form of practice among any form of blade combatant. This seems very, very similar to Form 2.
In response to that, she will go into a very hard-lined Form 3 defensive stance.
Alright.
Making sure there's no openings in her stance at all.
Okay. They'll make a lunge at you.
Alright.
That is... wow, that is really, really funny. I know what your AC is, and it didn't hit that.
It didn't hit a 9?
No. No, it was really sad. It was a 6. As the lunge happens forward, you're able to, just because you have your blade, are able to kind of arc it upwards and deflect it, going past your shoulder as you do.
And I will grab the wrist and do like a face punch with the one elbow.
Okay, yeah, make an attack. I think this is considered an unarmed strike, but I'm gonna let you roll a d4 for damage.
A D4, okay. Wow.
Yeah, okay. There is a slight stumble. As you've grabbed the wrist, any one of you guys can jump in, just so you know. They're going to twist inwards with the wrist to where your thumb is, and using a bit of momentum, they are going to half full over you and dropping the blade a moment while doing that, catching it in reverse. Is there anything all of you want to do at this moment?
Yeah. I shout out, "You appear to be in distress. Can we be of assistance?" And then I'm just going to shoot the guy.
Okay.
I also just shoot the guy.
Have
What's
I
that?
mentioned how much I fucking love our droid?
That is 2 of the failure points.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is an intelligence save.
It's probably not the most helpful thing to be doing right now, but it seems the most in-character thing to be doing right now.
Okay. With all the neon signs and the rippling effect of water, it's not a great time. And AR, did you hit or no?
No, that's a natural one.
Ah.
Ooh.
Okay. Then
Okay,
as
do you want
the
the sniper rifle?
I did hand it to you.
Yeah, I'm asking AR.
Oh, if we get that blade back, 100%.
Excellent.
I'm gonna roll the acrobatics check in the middle of that because I'm guessing you did that halfway through the acrobatics. I'm gonna roll it at disadvantage here. Okay, that's 2 15s. They did okay. Reverse, they're going to swing at you. Back grip. Value. Unless Korth, you want to add anything to while that's happening. One second. Oh god. Okay. Brr.
Sorry, you're muted if you didn't know.
Hey, Anna.
Yeah, if there was anything you wanted to do in the middle of this individual's attack towards Baladur, if you wanted to interrupt it in some way or form, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot.
Okay, yeah,
I'm gonna,
make
yeah.
an attack roll.
Uh,
Come on. I think I don't see you.
Yeah, maybe the blaster lad should make sure not to kill them.
yeah. I'm done.
You can't exactly non-lethal a blaster shot.
Well, you can.
Yeah.
Ow!
You aim for the knees.
And stun setting.
Yeah, and I'm sure when they bleed out.
There is a stun setting to blasters.
Okay.
That's like
Yeah.
a very prominent part of like Star Wars canon.
Well,
I
while
mean, yeah,
my
but he's a mercenary
blaster-
from Tatooine.
Yeah, but in this case, if we need answers, my pistol's going on stun, and I'm shooting this guy.
Okay.
Please tell me that hits.
That unfortunately does not, because that is... Okay.
Lousy.
Oh boy.
That's alright. Alright, you did... I'm gonna add something here, just as an effect, because that's a lot
Wait,
being thrown
do
at
I have
them.
any destiny points, or
Yeah,
no?
you have you have 1, 2, 3, 4...
No, I used a couple last game.
Yeah, I
don't
know, but
about-
you also gained a lot back. You have
Oh
5.
yeah. I'm an idiot. Forgot I had destiny points.
You're good. Okay. This would be another one, so this rounds you up to 6 now. But that does miss, and the swing happens at Baladur here.
Can I use a reaction?
Yes, you can.
Saber reflect.
Okay.
Oh, that hit absolutely no one. Yable.
Which does...
There we go.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and roll that d6.
Sounds good.
So it will be reduced by 3 if it hits.
Okay, that's no damage, because that is a 3, because I rolled the lowest amount of damage possible.
So my response to that, to being attacked, will be shock. And what do I... Is that just a regular attack roll? Or is it...
Yeah, that's just a regular attack roll.
So just a d20. Alright. Natural 20.
So that's going to be 10 lightning damage plus whatever extra you roll here. So roll one more d10. So I'm counting that as the max damage plus another d10.
So
Trying to stun him, not kill him.
So just
well.
roll a single D10.
Yep, just a single D10.
A 6.
Okay.
Total of 16.
As you, this happens in such quick succession. There's the lunge with form 2. There's the deflect with form 3. There's the grab, elbow in the face, and then twist and backflip. There's a little bit of effectively some hallucinogenics happening here. A couple of blaster shots occurring, and then there's a swing, a block, and a blast of lightning, and
Yeah, more or less.
they just stop after that and just go on their knees because they're not really about continuing this fight anymore.
I will take the blade from them.
I
Yeah, I don't trust
played
this.
from you.
I was going to see if the missing shard is in this blade.
Oh my god, you're just gonna... Okay.
They can just sit there while we fiddle with the.
Wait. Are you just you're gluing them to the fucking floor? Is that my understanding?
So
Maybe.
basically they have sovereign root.
Yeah, right?
Amazing.
Well, yeah, they're stuck. After the fight has completely... Much like anything in the Outer Rim, the entertainment's gone. People just keep doing what they're doing. They don't care. The entertainment's over.
But yeah, let's take a crack at this blade. I want to stick it back on the lightsaber if Balladeer isn't gonna fight me for it, or stick it back on the rifle, not the lightsaber. Mixing the words.
Do I find the missing shard from the crystal we found earlier?
It is technically a part of the blade now. That's why it has that golden sheen and edge to it. There's a slight bit of like energy building at the edge here. But it does, just in practical terms, so you understand what it looks like. It very much looks like a very like katana-esque style to it, with kind of like a light at the edge for a blade.
Is there like a power receptacle or something where the crystal would be?
Yeah, it would be right past the floor of the guard. So right past the guard, there looks like there would be like a small little like sliding hatch for it.
She will deactivate the blade and then open that hatch.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
And do I see the Kyber shard inside?
Yes, you do.
Oh, I thought I had setting up.
I will pop it loose from its housing.
Okay.
I will hold it up and show. We will need this later for the bigger crystal that our contact had. Because I think that's who sent this assassin after us.
Okay, but can we put it back in the blade for now?
Please.
Is Velak giving me the puppy eye look?
That
I mean, it's
Jawa
hard
is
to
Yeah,
get-
but
that
Jawa
is
giving
totally
puppy dog
capable of
eyes.
giving-
Which is creepy.
Whatever look a Jawa
It's a
gives you,
lit-
the eyes look the same.
That's more like a demonic look than anything at that point.
I mean, you did just, given what just happened and all the shit I just threw at the person, it's less puppy dog eyes and more tiny maniac really wants their friend to have the glowy rifle.
I will let you use it for now, AR, but we will need it later.
I appreciate your discretion in this matter.
And I will hand the crystal to AR.
Hell yeah. I'll pop it right back in the blade.
I am vibrating in place, trying to So, you're gonna let me look at that later, right?
I'm trying to imagine a Jawa vibrating in place.
I'm not.
Kind of weird.
Have you ever? What are you talking about? It's not. It's not any different. Listen, if you give a Jawa 15 Red Bulls, it will happen.
Listen, if I know how to reconstruct this later, we can give it back to you. The rest of you don't speak Jawa, so you don't understand this. If we look into it, then we can reconstruct it later after giving back Balladeer the shard. It can't be that hard to find a Kyber crystal. I mean, the Pantoran had one.
I mean, we don't need one that responds to us and is destined to be part of our blade. We just need a Kyber crystal. So.
I'm not gonna lie. I still think the Force stuff is kind of fake, but
They just did see me blast the assassin with lightning.
Yeah, but listen, you could have had a hidden weapon. So
It's all remotes and magnets.
Okay.
And I have been wall running as well.
Just athletic.
So you're just athletic. You're an acrobat.
I mean, I can parkour pretty good too.
Yeah, I got this wire toe ability.
Shall we go back to the club then?
Yeah, let's go meet up with Astrid.
Okay. Well, that is all occurring.
Let's take the would-be assassin with us.
Gonna have to unglue them, but yeah.
That's fine. Wait, I brought my glue dissolvent, right? They eventually get unglued.
For you, Astrid, making your way through into the club and where you need to be as you've used all skills available to you to mask presence and well, really have made yourself at least conceptually invisible.
I'm gonna just try to make myself at home and scout out the bottom floor first and get up to the office.
Why you gonna stay there?
The office is currently still being occupied. The Pantoran woman is there going through various pads, feet kicked up on the desk, and seems relatively relaxed.
All right. I want to see how close I can get.
There is... You get about, I'd say, 20 feet before she stops looking at the pad. One hand disappears and you can hear the distinctive charging of a blaster. Well, that's certainly rude.
So is interrupting our lovely rest and relaxation with a hired gun.
I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about.
Are you sure?
Bold move for you to come here by yourself.
Like I said, interesting game you're playing. I'd like to know more.
I'm sure you would. Unfortunately, I'm not someone who's in the sharing mood.
Oh? Why is that?
Because my business is my own.
Do you have something in particular against House Thule? That you'd blame them? Something in particular against the Supreme Chancellor? Some...
Well, as for House Thule, no, but scapegoats are ever so helpful, and in addition to that, well, it's truly not a loss in the long run. As for the Supreme Chancellor, well, she is not as open-minded about certain things of history. For example, various things of Beskar, Sith Acolyte masks, other documents and scriptures of various cultures. She follows the philosophy that the Jedi seem to implore, which is have it vaulted and hidden away, rather than out in the open and learned from. That being said, she and I had a very difficult parting, and one that ended with any sort of clearance of mine being quite discredited.
Certain parties would agree with your opinion in regards to history and how Jedi philosophy has no place in it. But why this route? There are other methods. She has to get voted out eventually. Such is the way of politicians.
Perhaps she will be. But a little bit of fear is great and encouraging that does happen. As if that doesn't happen, somewhere down the line, in the future, very near, very far, there's going to be a Supreme Chancellor that doesn't surrender power so easily.
So this was a fear tactic against an individual or entire system.
I haven't quite decided yet. Now, you came here by yourself. I can't say that was incredibly smart.
Mostly out of curiosity.
Hand goes under the desk, and you can hear a slight click of something, and you can hear the, like, spiral-like staircase that you came up, like, spin and retract in on itself, and the floor just quiets, and then just all of the overhead, like, lighting and stuff kind of turns to a darker gold-red color, and the office itself kind of switches as everything kind of goes into almost like a lockdown mode. Not smart.
I didn't particularly come here for combat. But if that's what you want.
Well, I have a feeling that at some point your allies will show up and no doubt make a mess of things. And I have no want or need of dealing with all of you, and I'm more comfortable dealing with just a single individual. So,
Alright.
she kind of stands up, and presses a particular button, and a slight box raises up and slides out. There is a... There's no mistaking what it is, but as far as like casing and housing, it's much more skeletal in design. There's the wrapping around it is almost like an intricate
Wait, Oshi, do I have your fucking
it's kind of porous, almost like bone.
I'll have to
As some of the coverings is housed by makeshift
I
parts
think
and
mine is,
pieces,
but don't quote me on that.
as well as there is a secondary area here where there is another particular what looks to be a blade of some kind. There doesn't seem to be any type of energy source to this blade, but it is very, very thin. It's less like a blade and more like a needle, like a very large needle that's elongated. As she picks up the hilt, of which you can easily discern. So,
Before we start, he drops his camouflage.
No.
Can we make a post-mortem deal,
Yeah, and everyone
Which
depending
is?
on how this goes?
This fucking
Which
game,
is?
I'm gonna lose it. Come here.
You can have my items that I have on me.
There isn't. Yeah,
Burn the body,
just
burn
there.
anything incriminating. And you don't speak of it to anyone. And then
What's there to
he...
speak of?
Yep.
We don't exist.
and then he puts his hands in his cloak, pulls out 2 hilts, locks them together, and activates a double saber.
Yep. The Pentorn does the same as the saber lights, and it is this very dark it's the blade is not stable in its appearance. It's not a smooth blade. It's clearly this is
Alright, after this game, I'll
this is an aged saber,
grab everybody.
and it's this very unhealthy looking red yellow to it. So, do you go first or do I?
First move to the novice.
Understandable. And she'll make 2 attacks towards you.
My AC is 16.
Yep.
Sorry, Mara.
That's an 11.
And I will say, I can also use deflection as force empowered self.
Okay. This is a 19.
Okay, so when you are a target of an attack, you can roll a kinetic combat die to add it to my AC. So it's a D4, so it may or may not help. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, I'm dead.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
18.
The first attack was the saber, so you are able to block that with 1. The other one is
Let me in.
it almost, you notice it very quickly as it kind of sweeps up. It does nick the second blade a little bit, but there's no cutting within it. It's very clear what this is. It's very light as it comes up and scrapes against the side of your cheek a little bit, and you will take... Man, I'd love to see things more than ones and twos. It's like 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then that will be time enough for you to respond.
Right. Hold on. I'm just searching all my options. There's a dog suddenly in my room, which probably means she needs to go out, but I'll deal with that in a moment. We're just going to go for an attack.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
So, I don't know why that didn't. I don't understand the damage thing, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so roll 1d8 plus 3.
Okay.
And then, because it's a double saber, gonna bonus action go for a hit. Oh well.
Okay. All right. As you make a strike down, and the second kind of like a half spin to get the other blade's momentum going, does not manage to to block with the best code. Does block with the blade. As there is a slight pushback as the two blades make contact against each other. There's a slight feeling that emanates within this room, and it is a will within each kyber within this room that is being active in combat. It is the will of dominance. There can only be one successor after this. As that fight continues, and
I'm also willing to use force abilities if necessary.
okay.
If we just keep rolling.
Yeah, she's actually gonna use gotta check really quick here. I think she's actually gonna use a force ability of her own. I just gotta check really quick, which one it is. Is it that one? It is that one. Okay. I just needed to check really quick and make sure it was that one, because I just wanted to make sure. Yep. I had to check the character sheet. Alright. When that occurs, there's a swing with the Beskar, so that's going to be attack number 1 here. That's going
Still
to
gonna
be...
use deflection.
Okay, that's going to be a 16.
I mean, meets beats, but either way.
Yeah, okay, that's not happening then. The other one is going to be a force ability here. It's a 15, so that's not going to work. As you are able to kind of block the Beskar and then dodge this bolt of, it's a different effect than what you're used to seeing. As opposed to kind of like the traditional blue, the blue is the outline, the black is the inner structure of it as a force shot goes out. damaging against, scraping against the wall, kind of burning some of it, but
Mhm.
you are able to dodge out of the way of that. Um,
We are a full staff.
she is going
I-
to distance herself and allow you to get an opportunity attack as she
Okay.
takes the Besco and throws it at a particular direction.
Opportunity attack, you said?
Yep.
Oof.
Okay.
Oh well.
Kind of ducking out of the way, kind of slightly rolling. The Besco hits, and the entire wall begins filling with this humid type of steam, providing like this smoke screen, and her saber just deactivates, kind of backing off as this humid type of environment in this kind of small room fills up, truly making your vision a little difficult.
All right. Hold on. Let me see what I can do here.
Fuck, I keep saying I'm gonna redo my key bindings and I keep not
I have
fucking doing it.
options. I will also deactivate my saber. And hmm. Well, time to do the Force User classic and try to sense where my enemy is with that particular gift.
He's good.
All right.
Which I believe would technically be using Guided by the Force.
Yes. Um.
So good, so good.
Also, I'm listening, but I might not respond for a second. I'm letting my dog out.
Fair enough. All right. Doing that. Let's see if they're good at masking their presence here.
Fuck it, they don't have shields.
Okay.
It's gonna be a
That is
mistake, but I'm committing.
that's an interesting roll.
I know. I wanna see if I can pop some heads. As long as they don't pull a Reinhardt, I should be able to do this.
Reaching out, Astrid, you're able to. Feel the presence of said individual, but they are becoming distant.
Oh my god.
As in, they're trying to leave the room, or?
Yeah, it sounds like it. Feels like it.
Well, are they still within the room?
Yeah, they're still within the room. They're just putting distance to try and maybe make an exit to leave.
I did not fucking mean to do that.
What's the only likely exit?
Now they have shields.
Where you came in, and probably somewhere hidden within their office.
I'm going to follow that, and I want to use Wound
Okay.
at second potency.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
I believe that's just a... should be a d20 plus my... Oof. That's fine. It would have just been a 7.
Okay.
Alright, this
Um.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, there is a bit of
This fucking turret.
distance.
That's unfortunate. Goodbye.
Wish I had advantage.
There is the sound of like a metallic door swinging upwards.
I'm working on
Um,
it.
and then there is going to be. Wow, that is sad. 2 threes. As 2 blaster shots from a probably not a very big blaster fire you away, and using both blades you're able to pretty much easily just block and deflect.
So
the feeling is slightly distant now.
I'm gonna start following, but on my way out, I'd like to grab the kyber crystal and the Sith mask.
Okay,
Oof.
easy enough to do.
Right?
And we'll attempt to follow. And because I can,
Fine. I am soldier, I run.
I would like to use Ideal of the Hunter, the bonus action, to get some blind sight.
Okay, she's not that far away. She's moving at a slightly quickened pace, but she's not that far away. She's definitely hurried in her motion, but not so fast that she can easily be detected by people who are relying on sight.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have a fun chase, is what we're gonna have. And I'll use slow time to catch up. And just let me know if I need to use how many rolls I need to use.
Probably only 2.
Okay.
Okay. Somehow this individual became a victim to a slasher movie.
I love how I can't target the fucking turret.
At a certain point, you are able to recognize where you are.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hangar. Small one for like 2 ships, but it is a hangar.
Behind you, chance. I need some healing.
As
I'm fine.
the blade does ignite again on her part. You know, we could easily both just choose to walk away from this.
We could.
That's annoying.
But I'm curious. What particular line you're following?
How do you mean?
You're no apprentice I recognize.
The same could be said to you.
Well,
Really just missed that. I'm gonna cry. Ow, ow, ow. Oh dear.
I imagine you're aware how much our respective masters would be displeased to find out another line exists.
I imagine so. Thankfully, I follow my own path.
Okay. I hear some setting up the car wash.
So they all say.
Shut.
Come now, let's have some fun.
Okay.
I would like to get a
Where's this turret?
sap vitality off before charging in.
Okay. It's not like she
Which
can really
is-
do too much about that, I don't think, so.
melee, so that's going to be my dexterity.
Hold on, I want the turret down.
But you do have destiny points as well.
I do, you're right. But that's a natural 20.
Okay.
Do you know how much sap vitality gets
Well, I'm gonna wait.
anyway at max damage?
Sure.
30.
Huh.
30
Oh.
necrotic.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot.
Would you like me to roll the other 3d10?
I would actually. 30, 45. Then there was the. Yeah, that was the 6. So that is a quick, immediate, like, draining of energy as suddenly she is not doing so great. Clearly has lost a lot of, like, interior, self-proclaimed vigor and vitality, and is, trying very hard to keep a defensive stance, and the vision, clearly you can see it in their eyes, has gone somewhat, they're probably seeing things in slightly tunneled and blurred vision, maybe even seeing double at this stage. They look a little confused at how fast this happened to them.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are
We're
still
going,
up, though.
We're going full form 4.
Oh, okay.
As rapid attacks as you'll allow with a double saber.
Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
Ah, shit. Well, that first one hits at least.
Okay.
For a total of... God, sorry, I must have not entered my stuff very well here. But oh well. For 5 damage?
5 damage. Okay.
Oh my lord, we're still on OP.
Still is technically up, but
I have ult, I have ult.
okay. Like, the will to even contain that saber has long since left, and they are just...
Where the hell's the robot? Oh, there's the robot.
They're going to disengage.
I'd like to force pull them back.
I'm going around.
Okay. This is truly turning into a horror movie for them. Because the moment they try to disengage and get into, like, the small craft that they have prepared for them, they are just force pulled back, kind of almost like slipping on the ground and definitely clawing at the ground, trying to not be force pulled back.
We're going to be trying to end this here and now.
Okay.
Would you like me to roll another double saber?
Yes, please do. Those will both hit.
Then we're dealing with 2 d8s plus a total of 6, so 11.
Yeah, how do you want to do this?
Oh, let's get them standing upright and get the saber right up and through the chest. So they see it come out.
If I had went farther
Okay.
back around, I think we could have done some shit. I ulted way too close.
There is a look of shock,
Yeah.
a little bit of, like, fear as everything that they've worked for is just gonna come to nothing. And more importantly, the fact that they are on Shaddaa means no one's gonna remember them, no one's gonna care.
Yep.
Before the life kind of just leaves them.
Oh, I didn't expect shit.
Time to dispose of the body
I was expecting.
after I get everything useful off them.
Okay.
Yes. This,
Uh,
and I'm talking
the blade
crashes and all. This is exactly what I was expecting.
might be useful. It
I-
could be
This is the
stabilized.
one fucking map I wish
I'd
I
almost
had.
rather take the Kyber out and just start over with it.
Okay.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah, no, it's not.
The
like
Kyber's
it's
pretty
all
pure. It's just the way everything was emitted was kind of
Hmm.
jank.
This is more a proper dark sider than an actual Sith apprentice, it seems.
fun. I like her.
Yeah. Overall, she's like she doesn't have a lot that you can like take off the buy. Maybe like a few chips for credits and what looks like maybe a pad of contact lists, but other than that, nothing really.
I will download all the pad info onto my own pad and dispose of that as well.
Okay.
You gotta feather it. You gotta use her bombs to.
I've got to make
So fucking fun
a
though.
return trip to the Tryst and make it look like I'm arriving late,
He's dead at the moment.
so I don't have
He's no longer dead.
too much time for a clean,
Well, Mercy just rezzed it.
full cleanup. But shit happens on Nar Shaddaa all the time.
Why don't you make a performance check then?
I would if I could, but she's an
Okay.
ally.
Would you rather performance or deception?
Either or.
I will do deception then. I will. Don't think I can do anything to add to that other than some destiny points.
You can if you want.
How many do I have left?
I've been playing DPS.
I have like 3 or 4. I've got a few actually.
Should have 6.
I'll use 6 then.
Okay.
This is important.
Alright.
Ow. Oh, that hurt. Fuck.
Alright.
There's an echo.
Having properly disposed of the club owner. Wow. Who else did that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right, there was a Saturday game that did that. Anyways, overall, the rest of you, make it to the club, dragging the sniper in tow. Astrid arrives a little bit after you.
I very proudly present
Mercy's won. Fuck me.
our new friend to Astrid. It's more pantomiming than anything else, but
Oh, good, you caught him. Did you get any information out of them?
Unless they change it.
Not yet, but we thought we probably should.
Fair enough.
do you understand me, asshole?
They give you a middle finger.
Ha! Excellent! Tell me everything about the blade. And the rifle. Well, I guess in the assassination attempt, but the rifle.
They don't speak.
While that's going on, Gorf does have his hand on his ion pistol, in case for a little intimidation factor.
Are we going to stay out here outside the club, or?
I mean, we can. Or we could go inside.
Perhaps we should confront the owner of this club.
I would imagine, since they're
Oh.
likely our source of the issue, that would be best.
Yeah, so are we carrying him or are we going to drag this poor fool?
I mean, we've been dragging them this far. We might as well drag him in through the threshold.
I
Yeah,
will do force, push, pull, and just levitate him off the ground so that he can't go anywhere.
Okay. He's not exactly thrilled about that, but he can't do anything about it either.
We have a perfectly good mercenary. Isn't that what they're meant for? Carrying bounties?
This
Fair
might
enough.
make more of a statement.
More impressive, certainly.
Looks
Or
unnatural.
more intimidating, perhaps?
I am absolutely subtly checking for, like, repulsor tech.
You don't find any, but this individual
You could have
does.
just hidden it.
Yeah, well, the individual does feel like this whole thing maybe is a tad invasive, but yeah, you enter the last twist.
I'm wielding the Kyber rifle.
There is the sounds of the club, your entry, a brief stop, realizing, yeah, this ain't for me to deal with, and then just resuming.
Should we go to the bartender again, or just go straight up?
I look to the bartender, and what are they doing?
They take notice of you and immediately start busying themselves with something else.
I think that's our cue to just go up.
All right.
I head up, and I'm gonna just kick in
Question.
the door.
Are the stairs still retracted from
Yes,
my
yes, they are.
Where are the stairs?
Can I get an Uber? Can I get an Uber?
Can I unretract the stairs? Can I find like a lever or a panel or something?
Yeah, it takes a little bit, but you do eventually find that, and they extend and drop down way faster than you were expecting. It's kind of like a like it's really fast.
Do you think this? We're not near closing hours.
I'm already walking up.
Okay, now I go and I kick in the door, and I'm pointing the
Lord, let me
Kyber
kick
rifle
the
into
door
the
in.
room.
I'm the mercenary. Let me kick the door in, huh?
You can kick in the next door, Korth.
Silence, meatbag! I mean,
Oh.
Okay.
Don't let me short circuit you.
You could try.
I will punt you.
Let's all calm down for a moment. This is you can have your bigger dick contest later.
I require
Fine.
no such instrument.
Anyways, the this entire like sort of makeshift museum setup for the most part looks untouched, but there are several items that are missing. In addition to that, there looks like there's a slight bit of humid air with you.
Is it
But
the
no
type of-
Pandoran, I imagine.
No Pantoran, no.
Is the Beskar still there?
The Beskar is in fact still there, yes.
Gibbs. I just
Is
go
the
up and grab
Kyber
it.
crystal there?
Nope.
I wonder where that could have gone.
I do have a question.
Yes.
I communed with the Kyber crystal. Would I be able to feel its presence anywhere?
In this instance, you actually can't. It's almost like it just stopped existing.
Fair.
Yeah, I guess I'll start. I'm under the assumption that the Pantoran has just stepped out for a minute, so I'm ransacking your desk.
Yeah, I'm pulling out my blaster just in case.
So mine.
Okay.
I have mounted the Beskar pauldron on my shoulder.
I can slice into her network, perhaps. Though,
Yeah, if she hits you with the
if she comes back,
I'm.
fuck
Yes?
I would appreciate it.
You are not allowed to.
While I deal with the more. Basically, I'm actually like rifling through the desk itself, while Astrid can deal with the computer.
No problem.
I'm also
Good
complimenting AR's new fashion choice.
Good Master Vlack, I will require your assistance integrating this into my actual armor.
Oof.
But for now, it looks pretty badass, right?
It looks super badass.
Only an 8, so it's gonna take me some time.
It's gonna take you a while. It's like what would normally take you a couple, like maybe 30, 40 seconds. This is gonna take like 10 to 12 minutes.
That's fine.
I am basically just doing this.
This is its own
Anything I
makeshift
can grab.
museum of like. So if there is like certain things you are looking for that are generally pretty rare, you might find them.
Well, a kyber crystal would have been really high up on the list, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
Also high up on the list was basically anything that can be used to overhaul ARs. Anything about AR really, their weaponry, chassis, etc. Anything for droids in general, and then anything for biochemical engineering in that order.
Yeah, you're able to find a little bit of everything though.
Hell yeah.
I mean, they're all from like certain eras, some very new, some very old, but you can find a lot of different things.
Like I'm running out with some fucked up metal that shouldn't exist. Yeah!
Well, that makes a
I'm
job
going to make
day.
so many weapons.
Alright.
But yeah, I'm not useful for this particular investigation. I'm sorry, lads. Slicing is my weak point.
For this role, it was mine too, apparently.
After a while, you're able to slice into the net and find the node paths and all of that. It seems like the proprietor of the Last Tryst was, making a meeting to the slums of Coruscant in the core worlds.
I will get Balladier's attention.
Yes, ass.
Yes, ass.
Oh, did I cut off?
Yeah, you did for a second.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I think the Sith is hacking everybody's PCs tonight.
Shh. You know nothing. It looks like our contact here was making a meeting plan on Coruscant, which is very much... While technically the Senate does have jurisdiction, this particular problem seems more yours.
Would I be familiar with the area in question?
The area in question is technically, it's a gray space, meaning that the Republic technically has jurisdiction and oversight over it, except the Coruscant slums are just seldom pay attention to. However, as far as crime and people that might be willing to take on any type of job simply because they don't have anything to lose, those are jobs they might take, and it looks like there was a meeting and an offer to meet someone there.
Well,
That effectively there's a slight There's a message, there's a job, there's a little bit of a description of things, but effectively what it might as well read to is try again, question mark.
Scores on sim.
Well, if we want to follow this thread, we need a ship, and our ship is no condition to take us back to Coruscant.
Do you think Master Chris would be able to arrange another ride for us, or should we try on our own?
I will take out my long distance communicator and try to contact Master Chris.
There is a brief pause before there is Master Chris appears. The background appears to show a Liberator class fighter as well, as she seems like she was ready to board it.
And Master, and I will exposition them.
Oh, I do have a couple of favors I can pull here. I hope you're not too discomforted riding in a cargo ship, but should be able to make it back in time.
And what should we bring the Sith droid with us?
I myself would discourage it on principle, however, I would prefer it not stay there, so.
At the very least, we would be able to drop it off at the temple.
We'll figure something out to do with it, but for now, I will get a ship arranged, and hopefully, from what you've told me, we can get to Coruscant before another attempt is made and stop that. I should be at Shaddaa within the hour.
We will wait for you there, Master.
The holocommunicator vanishes.
Well, at least the Master's coming back.
Well. Do you think our contact has already managed to slip out of Nar Shaddaa, or?
We could always check their security feed.
I'm already in their network. How easy would it be to just delete security feeds?
It's part of the Outer Rim. It wouldn't be that difficult for security feeds to be deleted. Or at least overlapped.
Let's go with that option.
Okay.
Looped.
Easy enough to find one.
Fuck, it was too late on that. Sorry.
It looks like a basic exit.
Help, help, help.
Okay. Anything that you are doing before the hour is up, before Master Chris arrives and gives you a rendezvous point?
I would like to download any incriminating evidence and upload it to the Senate investigation,
Okay.
whatever primary server they're using.
Sounds good. Again, now that you're in a system, not that hard to do. But as that occurs, and finishing up that task, all of you get a rendezvous and spaceport to dock at a a dock on a cargo ship, and truly, it means cargo ship in every sense of the word. Because it's not like carrying crates inside of it. It's the exterior of it, and it's just the small little front half where it's basically a 2-deck ship. There's the pilot and bridge, and then there's the small living space down beneath, and it's being operated by a not a very healthy human man, but and the place doesn't smell very great, but it is hyperspacing its way towards Coruscant right now.
Wait, fuck.
Hmm?
Going to the Inner Rim?
Yep.
Us?
Yep.
I'm uncertain. Is Master Chris with us in the
Yes,
ship?
she is right now.
Sorry, I just misunderstood if she was arranging a ride or with us.
She's with you guys this time.
And I assume the battle droid is with us.
Yeah.
And what is the master's reaction to physically seeing the droid?
She's doing a pretty good job at keeping a neutral phase. She doesn't seem to be giving anything away.
Wait, oh, fuck. If there was an hour, could AR and I get the chance to sneak away with that droid? So we know if we have to, like, let it go on our Shaddaa, put it down, etc.
Yeah, you could do that. So, retcon droid not there.
Well, I mean, I don't know how the droid is going to react, so we can't,
You lie to me. Don't lie
like,
to me.
I don't know how it's going to react to being unshackled. That's why I wanted
see.
to mention it being done before we leave Nar Shaddaa, because I don't
Yeah.
want to take it. I don't want to do this on Coruscant.
Yeah. Alright, make the... I think this is an engineering rule?
You don't want a Sith droid just wandering around Coruscant?
I assume it's the Astrotex tools.
Yes.
I mean, if the droid wants to follow us, then yeah, sure, we'll take the droid with us. But I'd rather it get the opportunity to make that decision on its own.
Okay.
Ugh.
That's still enough. You've been in it enough times at this point to where... though having subsequently been interrupted each time, but you have been, like, in the process each time. This droid does not mind the idea of being left alone. However, this is a droid that is much more comfortable being in groups.
Do you want to come with me in AR? We're going to be going to a core world, which I've never done before, which is absolutely terrifying, so the expanded firepower would be greatly useful, but...
The singular
Jedi.
eye on the neck kind of, like, squints and does, like... It's very emotive. It's thinking very hard about this. It doesn't have as much of a reference for this. But, it takes the two, like, cannons on each arm and kind of, like, raises them up and down a few times.
It's not like free movement.
I think that's a yes, AI.
We really need to get this thing installed with at least basic droid speak vocoder.
Yeah, I have a translation program, but I can't apply that to a droid. I would have to actually create something. But we can do that on the shipwreck.
Okay. Fast forwarding to the shipwright again. Master Chris is kind of sitting in one of the chairs that's provided. It's not the cleanest, obviously, because this individual that is captaining or helming the ship isn't doesn't seem to care that much about that. But she is in the midst of thinking before. There is a Senate meeting that's in a much more public space that isn't in the Senate hall. If what you're telling me is true, that would be the opportune moment for a second attempt.
And we have one other thing to worry about, Master.
Which is?
Ryan's so fucking.
AR, may I see the shard for a moment, please?
What shard are you talking about? He says it's like trying to hide the blaster rifle behind his back.
I will return it.
Oh, you mean this shard? And he pulls the saber out of the rifle and hands it to you.
They were using this as a sort of combination that could make a blaster shot be like a lightsaber. And I hand the crystal to the master.
It's a crystal shard.
But it might be useful to be able to use their own weapons against them.
It's a little impractical in terms of what it's typically meant for, but hands it back,
Dale, you're a madman.
and
Dale, you're
puts
a
it
madman.
back in the
Dale, you're a madman.
in the bladed area. A shard like that is not going to stay forever and has a limited lifespan. I am not worried about a singular shard.
It was part of a larger crystal, the one that I told you about, but when we went to the office, that crystal was missing.
She likely took it then. Not smart. She'll be on the run for the rest of her life.
But with this weapon, AR is a very good shot, so it's better off in their hands.
I would agree.
Junker's disco.
Here we are. And the window shows the hyperspace tunnel disappearing, and there is, similar to Nar Shaddaa, but many, many times larger, is this dark kind of round sphere with flecks of light just decorating the whole area. There is various ship traffic going through, in and out, as opposed to the outer rim for AR, Korth, and Vlak. This is a very busy place, more so than anything in the outer rim.
Master Chris, may I ask a question, if you know the answer?
No, first you'll have to ask it.
Yeah, I have to.
Do you know which senators will be attending this meeting? Surely it can't be all of them if it's outside of the actual Senate building.
No, it's as a show of good faith. The Supreme Chancellor herself has decided to make a public appearance, despite the more grander Republic advising she not. House Antilles is also to make an appearance as to offer support and also guarantee that the relations between the Republic and Alderaan does not crumble. There are a couple other delegates, but for the most part it is it's a ceremony more than anything.
See? Right click.
What? You all here will help prevent any other attempts. As the cargo ship begins flying into the atmosphere of Coruscant, and the goal of ending one more attempt on the Supreme Chancellor, that is where we will end this third session.
Holy shit.